Hey, welcome to an episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Trying a new location today. I haven't done anything over in this area in literally like 2 years. It also has to do a lot with the winter and the way that the sun is. Even during the day, it's so hard to get good lighting. So anyways, going back to Sixpoint already. This is the Sixpoint Diesel. I didn't really say much about it. I mean, 6.3 ABV, 69 IBUs. 33 SRM, so it's pretty dark. And it has the typical 6-point poetry on the back. I think this is more poetry than a real description. I do like how the barcode is like in the shape of the New York City skyline. And that's about it, so let's get into it. Alright, so it is a black beer, as you can see. Nice looking head on there. It's, kind of a dark khaki, like straight up cream smell. So I'm going into this and I don't know if it's a black IPA or a stout. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I'm looking at it and it's looking more like a black IPA, smelling like a black IPA, especially with those hops in there. I don't really smell a lot of roasty notes, which you would expect in a stout, but maybe I'll taste them. I have no idea. Let's get into it. Cheers. Wow, that's very hoppy. I don't just mean bitter, I mean like hoppy. As soon as it hit the tip of my tongue, wham, lots of hops in there. Citrus and flowers. Kind of similar to almost like Flower Power's hop profile. Finishing with the kind of bitter, kind of dark chocolate, almost chalky kind of a sensation on there, leaving kind of like a chalky, like almost resiny aftertaste. Really interesting. Yeah, just lots of hops in there. A lot of hops. Yeah, like I said, it's more of flowery type hops than as opposed to citrus or pine, but it's almost like that Midwestern type hop profile. Like the second half is completely different. It's like up front. It's similar to an IPA or a black IPA with all those hops. Second half is more of a traditional American like pub style stout. It's almost like milk chocolate, like Hershey syrup. More on the finish. In the middle there, you get kind of like the dark kind of gourmet chocolate. And it's really interesting though how it goes from, citrusy floral hops, lots of bitterness, dark chocolate imparting some kind of sweetness, like a rich kind of sweetness, but still maintaining that bitterness. Then gradually getting a little more sweet. The hops definitely linger here. It is drying my mouth out for sure. Really noticing that the resin from the hops and like the stout quality like really merge together well. It's like that resin, like almost astringent, almost like what I call like burnt rubber kind of taste, and I don't mean that in a bad way. With a really kind of sticky, slightly sticky aftertaste, not nearly as strong and robust as like a real imperial one like this blackout I did last night. I get kind of hints of like a rum soaked raisin, or almost like a rum or whiskey kind of aftertaste, but it's not those flavors per se. It's more like those flavors as you would have them in an aftertaste. Really, really drinkable too, nice and smooth. As you can hear, I have a bit of a head congestion thing, but it's funny because it actually goes down when it hits my throat and goes down nice and smooth. It actually feels pretty good. Yeah, so that being said, it's definitely a very good beer. It's not amazing me as much as say Stone's 15th anniversary last year. For a regular American stout, I guess this is a stout instead of a black IPA. I don't really tend to get hung up on beer styles. The best way to describe this, I guess, would be a very hoppy, very, noticeably hoppy, a stout. Not quite as roasty as you would expect. So I don't know. I mean, black IPA, really hoppy stout. I mean, it's kind of splitting hairs. You know, like I said, I try not to get hung up on styles. So you can go into it either way. I mean, the best way to describe it is, yeah, it's gonna be. What you see is what you get. It's a very dark beer here, but what you don't really see is the hop content, um, which is why looks can be deceiving. And I hate when people say, "Oh, that's a dark beer. I'm not gonna like it." Beers like this, kind of prove that notion wrong. I hate when people get hung up on appearance. As for rating, it's very good. I'm gonna give an 8 out of 10 to the Sixpoint Diesel. It's a B plus beer. It's a very solid beer, very satisfying. It's nice because it's pretty versatile. Like you could have this with dinner or as a dessert. So yeah, I think 8 out of 10, very good, is a fair and accurate rating for this beer. So thanks for watching this episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. I'll see you guys real soon. Cheers.